Hello you guys, my name is Claire, also known as Claire Bear here on my channel. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I get this natural looking brow using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in chocolate. So this is what they look like when they're done, and this is what they look like before they're done. Obviously, my eyebrows need some work. If you're trying to figure out the most flattering eyebrow shape for your face, just grab a brush and put it alongside your nose to figure out where it should start. Taking it in the same spot and changing the angle to go through your eye, that should be the highest point of your arch. And then again, taking your brush and changing the angle to go through the very outer corner of your eye, that's where your tail end should be. Both of your eyebrows are not going to be identical, just remember they are sisters and not twins, so don't freak out if they're not perfect. So I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush number 12 and Dipbrow in chocolate. I am going to use a very small amount of the product and I am going to dip it into the sparsest part of my brow first. Anywhere that I have any gaps, like as you can see, my eyebrows really aren't like full at all. They have a lot of gaps in them, little bald patches. So I'm going to try to put as much product as I can there and then blend the rest through my hair. The way the product is going to sit in your brows is that if you put it directly on top of the hairs, it's going to stick to the hairs and make them a lot darker, and then the rest of your brow is going to be even harder to blend together. So start in the gaps. So here I'm just going to show you how I trace out my brow again. So that's where it should start, this is where it should be the highest part, and then the tail. And then I'm just going to slowly start blending everything upwards. I haven't picked up any more product for this. I'm just blending it up and trying to create that tail end of my brow. Picking up a little tiny bit more product, I'm going to draw out the top part of my brow. You can really do however shape you really like. This is how I like to shape mine, but this is just kind of showing you how I do this kind of technique where they're not too dark or too fake looking. So I'm just going to make sure that my top line is nice and clean, and I'm also going to blend that color through the tail and also downwards. With the remaining product, I'm going to go back in and fill up any gaps. I'm just going to make sure that everything's nice and filled in. I'm also going to fill in a little bit in the front. I do like for the front of my brows to be a little tiny bit lighter. They do have less hairs there, so I'm just going to fill that in a little bit, but keeping it kind of light. And again, I'm just going to clean up and blend into any of those little gaps just to try to even it out as much as possible. Once I'm happy with the shape, I am going to use my little flat concealer brush and a thicker concealer. And I start a little below my arch just in case I picked up too much product. And I'm just going to start slowly dragging that along the lower part of my brow just to sharpen up that edge. And I am also going to blend the product downwards. So I'm going to start off by blending the product using my brush, and I'm just going to try to make sure that I don't push any into my brow. I want to bring it away from my brow. I'm also going to be using my fingers to blend as well, which I feel makes it a little bit easier once you've already kind of started it with the brush. Just go in with your finger. I like to use my middle or my ring finger for this, and just blend it out. Then I'm going to grab my Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, and I'm just going to plop this all over my eyelid and up to my brow bone just to kind of blend everything together. This shade is very similar to my concealer, so I feel like it gives a nice base. And then using a light eyeshadow color, I'm just picking a nude color that is really close to my skin tone. I'm just going to set everything and put that all the way up to my brow bone and just blend everything out. This creates a perfect base for if you're ready to do your eyeshadow, this is where you'd start. Once I have everything set and I am happy with the way my brows look, I'm going to grab my clear brow gel. I'm just using the NYX Control Freak, and I am going to brush my hairs in the front of my brows upwards, and then the rest of them I'm going to brush them kind of outwards to fill in the rest of my tail, and that's going to be the finished eyebrow tutorial for you guys. So I hope this was helpful, and if it was, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like these.